All right, let's talk about something you've definitely seen. You're driving along, and the car in front of you just poof. It lets out this cloud of dark, kind of ominous smoke. It's a super common sight, but what does it actually mean? Today, we're going to decode that signal and find out exactly what your car is trying to tell you.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You see that dark cloud and you can't help but wonder, oof, is something seriously wrong with that car? Well, it turns out that smoke is a message. It's a clue coming directly from the engine. So let's figure out what it's saying.
Okay, first things first, we've got to get into the science of it all. This isn't just some random gunk shooting out the back. Nope, it's a direct result of what's happening deep inside the engine. Think of it as the engine's way of telling us that something is, well, out of balance.
So the core issue is actually pretty simple. That dark exhaust you see, it's literally soot. We're talking about tiny little particles of unburned fuel. It's a clear visual sign that the engine isn't burning its fuel all the way, or at least not very efficiently.
And that's the crucial point. It all boils down to a simple recipe. For a clean burn, your engine needs the absolute perfect mixture of air and fuel. When you see black smoke, that recipe is just plain wrong. It means there's either way too much fuel being pushed in or not nearly enough air getting in to burn it.
So if the air-to-fuel ratio is the problem, what's causing it? All right, let's play detective for a minute. We're going to investigate the usual mechanical suspects responsible for throwing this delicate balance completely out of whack.
Our investigation really leads us down two main paths. On one side, you've got air supply problems, where the engine is basically being starved of oxygen, and on the other side, you've got fuel system problems, where the engine is just getting flooded with way too much fuel. Either way, you get that same smoky result.
Let's start with the air supply, because this one's a biggie. The most common offender here is super simple, a clogged, dirty air filter. I want you to imagine trying to run a marathon while breathing through a coffee stirrer. That is exactly what a dirty air filter does to your engine. It suffocates it, and it can't get the oxygen it needs for a nice, clean burn. Now let's flip over to the other side of the equation, too much fuel. This can happen if you have malfunctioning fuel injectors that are basically stuck open, just dumping excess fuel into the engine. Or, and this is a big one in modern cars, it could be failing electronic sensors that are tricking the car's computer, telling it the engine needs way more fuel than it actually does.
Okay, so we've identified the problems, which might sound a little scary, but the good news is there are totally clear solutions. So let's walk through the steps from figuring out what's wrong to getting a healthy, clean-burning engine.
You know, the path to getting that efficiency back is actually pretty straightforward. You always start with the simple stuff, right? Like replacing that clogged air filter. From there, you'd want to inspect the fuel system for any of those faulty parts we talked about. And hey, using higher quality fuel can also help keep things clean. But the golden rule? Nothing, and I mean nothing, beats regular preventative service.
And this quote right here just drives the point home perfectly. Consistent vehicle servicing is vital for protecting the environment, enhancing engine longevity, and maintaining optimal fuel economy. See? This isn't just about getting rid of some smoke. It's about the health of your car, your wallet, and the environment, all at the same time. Proactive care really, really pays off.
So we know what causes it, we know how to fix it, but why does a little puff of smoke really matter in the grand scheme of things? Well, as it turns out, the impact is a whole lot bigger than you might think.
It really boils down at these three key areas. That dark smoke is a warning sign that you're losing money, that you're probably shortening the life of your car, and yeah, that you're contributing more to air pollution. Let's talk about the wallet first, because that always gets our attention, right? An inefficient engine means poor fuel economy. Simple as that. A healthy engine, as you see here, is getting the most out of every single drop of gas. But an imbalanced, smoky engine, it's just wasting it.
And to be really blunt about it, you are paying for fuel that's just being turned into soot and then shot out your tailpipe. It's not moving you forward, it's just making a mess. You are literally burning money away every single time you drive.
And hey, beyond the fuel costs, you got to think about the long-term health of your car. That soot doesn't just disappear. It builds up inside the engine on critical parts and causes all this extra wear and tear. A small issue today can easily snowball into a major, and trust me, very expensive, engine repair down the road.
So the takeaway here is actually super positive when you decide to address the issue. A healthy engine gives you this perfect trifecta of benefits. You save money on gas, your car lasts longer, and you're doing your part for cleaner air. It's a total win-win-win. And that brings us right back to our original question. Now, when you see that dark smoke, you're not just seeing a dirty exhaust, you're seeing an engine that's calling for help. It's a cry for better efficiency, better health, and a cleaner burn. You've cracked the code. Thanks for tuning in.